welcome. Welcome. Let's see what we can do here, folks. We have, I can see, hold on, let me go over to the main stage. There we are. I see you, Emma, don't worry. We'll donate another time, okay? I know you want to get ready for tomorrow's meeting. So we'll do something about that, all right? Otherwise, the show this evening is going to be about the Astrodoodles, like we've been doing recently, because we have to get them done, and I like to get them done as far in advance as possible. And we've already got a bunch of them going on here. These are the main notes for December. And we'll get to this in a moment. First of all, I just want to check in and say hello. Hello. Oh, Candace, you have to tell us. Oh my gosh. Candace, where are you right now? Hold on. This is awesome. So Candace, what's going on? You just got back from Greece? Was it like work or a vacation or what? Was it, you know, were you looking at all the old monuments and the old historical thingies? I can't even remember the names of the places. I never actually went to Greece myself. I could have had the opportunity, but it kind of slipped by. Let's have a look. Okay, I see you. New York. Oh, okay. All right, New York. My brother's in New York. He lives in Manhattan. Oh, so now Primary is here. Hi, Primary. You know, I figured out in terms of like solidarity, artists with artists. You know, we were talking the other night about Tassa Art and some of the other channels that do live art. So I thought, you know, Astrodoodles, that's art. It is an art form, and so maybe let's do it live. And so we've just done 2 previous videos. Each one of them had 4 Astrodoodles in it, and I'm going to try to get 4 done tonight as well, if I possibly can. We'll see, okay? Oh, God, here's some notes from Candace. Hold on, let me read this. Okay, this is right. A few days in Athens, a day in Mykonos, and a day in Delphi, and day in Santorini. Wow. First international trip. Wow. And then you had a week in Crete, coaching a transformational leadership workshop. Oh my God. Seriously? Whoa. Oh, you know what? Hey, Candace? Like, would you please get in touch with Terra Lumination? Because I have an idea. I'd like to run it by you first before I even splurge about talking about it in public. You might even guess what I'm going to propose to you in terms of like, just an idea. It's just an idea. We've already done something similar with Primary, and that went really well. A transformational leadership workshop in Crete. Whoa. I know I need some. Seriously. Emma went to New York twice, and you loved it. Yes. And Candace had lots of breakthroughs. So Candace, you can, you know, maybe go through the comments, or you can go through the channel. You can go to the website, terralumination.com, and then there's a way to connect over there, okay? So we can connect direct, okay? We need to talk. This will be fun. All right. So, hello. Hello, Sarah Al-Shaikhi. Greetings. So you're over. Where are you? Was it? I can't remember where you are, Sarah. Was it not Pakistan? Oh gosh. Is it Dubai? Sarah, remind us where you are. Please remind us. I'm going to get some cards in a minute because I want to help Emma, okay? Okay, the workshop is based in New York, but a team member brought it to Crete, to his hometown. Will Def get in touch? Okay, cool. All right. Sarah, could you let us know where you are? I forgot. I love knowing. Emma is over there in England. Candace was in Greek. She's now back in New York. Benghazi. I knew that. I knew that. I just forgot. Good evening, JGF. Hey, JGF, I wanted to tell you. I saw this amazing thing the other night on Netflix. I should be a spokesperson for Netflix. I watch Netflix probably an hour a night, 5 nights a week. That might sound like nothing to some people, but to me it's quite a lot. Anyway, JGF, I wanted to tell you, because you're kind of a pilot, right? I watched this amazing thing on Netflix about the Spitfire. I don't know if you know this, but the Spitfire is a legendary warplane from the 1930s and 40s, like from World War II, okay? Well before we were born. But it is a legendary airplane, and it has a lot of mythology about it, and it's something you might want to see. Hello, Jay Walker. Greetings, Jay. Yeah, so we got people from all over. Hey, JGF, could you remind us, where are you? I was thinking Albany, New York. Am I right? Or is it Pennsylvania, or Buffalo? Indiana? I don't know. Please could you remind me? I love to know. I love to see all that stuff on the screen. So that's really cool. Benghazi, Libya. That's fantastic. So tonight we have representatives from Benghazi, Libya. England for Emma. Candace in New York. Linda in... oh man. Linda, I forgot. Linda. Primary in Wisconsin. And traveling roadshow. And that's, who did I forget? I'm not very good with all the names. Jay Walker. Where are you, Jay? Hey, Jay, I don't remember seeing you around before. Welcome. You're with some really cool people here. Ah, JGF, I see it there. Norfolk, New York. So I was pretty close, right? Norfolk, New York, is that like, middle-ish, middle-ish state somewhere? Cool. Okay, Jay, introduce yourself. Come on. Come on, Jay. Type it all out there. Type it all out there, Jay. Let us know. Give us a little, like, a couple of one-liners. Who are you? Where are you? How did you find us? Oh, you're way up by the Canadian border. Okay. Love Triber's late. Oh my gosh, yes, you're late. Dear. It's okay. It's all right. I'm not going to make you stand at the back of the classroom. Don't worry. Okay. All right. Emma, let's just deal with this straight out of the box, okay? Now, I'm going to do this kind of on the house for Emma, because Emma has been very generous in the past, but she's frantically losing sleep right now. It's almost 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for Emma, and she has a meeting tomorrow. But she's very anxious about confiding, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little mini reading, just like we do on Sunday Night Live, and it's just for Emma, okay? I'm not going to spend the whole night doing readings, unless people throw tons of money into the SuperChat, and I can't resist, because I'm here actually to do the last 4 Astrodoodles for December, okay? So hang in, people. Stay right there. I'm going to go get a deck. Let's get to the stage so we can do the work. Okay, so stay right there. Path Traveler, you're perfectly timed. Well done. Absolutely perfect. Perfect timing, Path. You're not late. Love Triber is not late. Like I said earlier. Let's have a look. This is for Emma, alright? It's alright, Emma. We'll make it up next time. Once you get rich and famous, or you marry a super wealthy, incredibly handsome, loving, caring gentleman, and you have access to his bank accounts, and you can send over huge donations, okay? You didn't realize what Astrodoodles are? Oh, well, you're going to find out tonight. Don't worry, Sarah, you'll get a reading one day. All right, this is going to be all about Emma, okay? It's all about Emma right now, okay? It says, can I ask, if I can trust Steve, an older male acquaintance friend from work, if I tell him what happened at work, I don't know him well, but I get a good vibe from him. We're meeting for coffee tomorrow, okay? All right, so I understand your concern because you do have this love interest with Tim, and you've already experienced a little bit of gossip, okay? Maria, hello Maria. Greetings. You see, just be careful, Emma. I would just, for now, let me just pull the decks here, okay? This is going to be really quick. I'm just going to do it really quick, okay, Emma? So hang in tight. Hello. Okay. That's a good start, Emma. Think of them as a friend and friend only, okay? And trust is something you can either just trust, because the whole concept of trust is that you just literally trust something, even though it's not necessarily guaranteed, okay? That's why they have things like trust funds, okay? So it might be an idea to make sure that you have to understand, Emma, Mercury is retrograde now in Scorpio. Excuse me, I don't do jumpers and flyers and things like that. And so it's very easy to get... Yeah, I know, I see that, don't worry. Okay. Thank you, Love Triber. I'm just going to do some... There you go. See, Emma, you're getting lots of support and help here. JGF's got some tips for you. Love Triber's got some tips. Okay. Don't worry about it. Emma, you're in a good place with the good people. Everybody here is a very loving kind of character with a big heart. And, you know, they're concerned. We know that you're younger than some of us. I'm a little bit older. But you got some good people. Good loving women and some good strong-hearted guys. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how you're going to handle it. And let's have a look at the weather around the situation. Okay. So my feeling here is to me this represents dignity. Okay. To me, there's a lot of planets right now with Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn that are aligned in such a way that are very mutually supportive. It's kind of like a massive insulation against bad things. Whatever kind of challenges might be going on in your life, the Capricorn energy is very stabilizing and very grounding and helping everything to be come down to earth. And I know you could interpret this as like the male energy around you, like the Steves and the Tims, okay? Okay? But what I'm sensing here is that what this is all about is like a reminder for you, even though this is a king energy, is to maintain your dignity, your most supreme dignity and sovereignty itself. Like, if you're worried about things like gossip, then why would you even risk confiding something that could trigger gossip? Okay, so you're putting yourself at risk. So understand that. The King of Wands, to me, it looks like, understand that dignity and self-respect and honor is very, very important in this situation. And we're talking about you, Emma. Okay. Okay, what's the situation? Okay, This is going to be not welcome news for you, because my feeling is that you're only going to know what you need to know in that very moment in time. Like, it almost doesn't matter what this tarot reading says. Okay, you're dealing with the world of mystery. You're running around a situation that can't actually be solved through logic and three-dimensional activities. You could get 10 tarot readings tonight and it wouldn't make any difference. Okay, so Love Triber has kind of a point there. All right, hello Getty, I see you. So you have to be very careful that it might be much more useful to look at your situation as a mystery, as something that you can learn from yourself. You can learn a lot from yourself by treating this as a mystery. In other words, you could consider going ahead with the meeting perfectly. Just go ahead with the meeting, but at all times maintaining your dignity. And if at any moment you feel any sense of distrust or any sense of your honor or your friend's dignity being put in jeopardy because you might be so anxious about your situation, obviously you're hurting about these things and you want to get it off your chest and so on. But my feeling is you're not going to really know what to do until you're absolutely in the moment. And when you're in the moment, my feeling is that it's very important that you operate at the very highest levels of integrity. In other words, like the worst thing you could do is try to go fishing for information, trying to plant seeds or ask someone to, drop hints for you, or mention stories that could, not go down too well with other people. Anything, you can't do anything that's below you, okay? Because you're setting yourself up for a problem. What's the challenge, okay? My feeling is that the problem is you don't really want to hear what you're hearing right now, because it means you would have to go inward and deal with the fact that you're hurting right now, okay? And that a really good thing to do would be to understand, a good thing to do would be to heal and to retreat and live with the discomfort of not really knowing what's going on and not knowing how to handle the situation, and understanding that, yes, you might be attracted to older men, more senior, like responsible, somebody who's got their act together. That's fine and everything. But it looks like, given the story that you've told us, you might end up like in a state of fog or mystery, and you might end up frustrated, okay, simply because you're not going to know what you want to know, and you're not going to help yourself by trying to find out what you want to know to get absolute answers to convince you that you're on the right path with the right person at the right guy at this right time. And so the challenge would be to go to basically disconnect from, let's say, the drama, and to heal the self, and then to live with the discomfort. That's very hard to do, okay? So I understand your anxiety about all this. So how are we going to deal with it? Okay, my feeling here with the Ace of Wands is to be bold and jump in and take the meeting anyway. Treat it as an opportunity to learn something about yourself, okay? Rather than worrying about Steve or Tim, or whether you're going to have the love relationship that you want right now when you want it. Instead, treat the whole thing as a learning experience. Understand that you're probably not going to hear things that you want to hear. You might not be able to confide things that you would love to confide, to share your story, to offload some of the burden of the suffering and the pain. Because you might realize that, oh my gosh, this is inappropriate. This is maybe like, I don't know, unethical or something. And instead, so like when you go for it, in other words, you treat this, you put your whole heart and soul and passion into it. You can't stop yourself. You're just a very passionate woman, and you want what you want, and you want it now. That makes total sense. So go for it. My feeling is go for it. Go for the meeting, but please maintain your dignity, maintain your honor, and don't be tempted to try and solve a puzzle that can't be solved simply because you want to solve it. Just go for it enjoy the meeting, enjoy the process and hanging out with your friend. Be prepared and willing to confide information if you sense the trust is worthy. Then understand that that might be the healing process, okay? This looks like it's really awkward for you, okay? It looks like, but the only way to do it is basically just do it. My feeling is you're just going to have to do it, knowing that you're not going to maybe necessarily get the results that you want, okay? Okay, so my feeling, if you want to trust him, you could do something very, very blunt. You could call him out. Can I trust you, Steve? I need somebody to trust. Trust is a very important word. It's not something you mess with. But understand, once you go into that and you start asking for trust, you have to be able to offer trust in return. And it's a very valuable commodity in love and relationships, okay? So my feeling here is go for it. Go for the meeting. Give the person, Steve, some degree, give him the benefit of the doubt, okay? Give him the benefit of the doubt and take your time through the meeting, moment by moment by moment, and learn as you go, because you're not going to learn anything from here, okay? You're not going to learn anything about what you need to know from this reading. But my feeling is go for it with the meeting itself. Understand that it's hard for you to do this. It's hard for you to, like, you know, not do this. So I think there's no point in pretending that we just have to tell you to be quiet, go away, hide, heal yourself, and live with your pain and misery and suffering on your own. I think that's a complete waste of time. So my feeling is understand that it would be great if you could do that, but the reality is you can't. So just go for the meeting, and like what you would do in any meeting, you don't just rush in with a pile of emotions. You do it in a very, very honorable and very respectful manner, okay? Okay, you're confiding with Steve, and you're asking Steve to maintain the trust and the confidence, okay? All right. See? Look at the support you're getting here, Emma. You're getting lots and lots of really useful, very valuable support, okay? It's important to understand these things. Self-respect, dignity, is sometimes very hard to do because you want the answers that you want, okay? Emma, you're sweet. You're a sweetheart. You deserve a really good boyfriend, okay? You deserve one, okay? Okay, let's put it this way. Someone will probably be very lucky to have you. You just have to be, I guess, patient and be willing to go through the sometimes very painful process of courtship and also shopping. I mean, this sounds awful. I'm going to put the cards away now. I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Okay, hold on. Emma, I'm not here to make you cry. I'm sorry about that, but in some ways, it can be a tremendous relief, you know. If you want to unburden yourself, I'm going to go on with the show for the Astrodoodles because that's why I'm here. That's what I'm going to do. But my feeling is, because it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, if you want to just crash out and go to bed. Otherwise, there's a couple others. I think it was JGF had some comments for you. It might be a good idea to bounce some ideas off of some of us to get you kind of into the groove where you don't set yourself up for great expectations, okay? And don't put yourself at risk. Honor, dignity, self-respect. Maintain that, okay? As though you were a very special, very dignified business person, okay? All right, let's go over here a minute. It's very difficult, Emma, okay? Like the courtship mating rituals of humankind, sometimes it is like shopping. I know you've seen all these apps, I'm sure, like, spiritualsingles.com or something like that, I don't know, or, youthfulhookups.com or whatever it is. It's like shopping, but there's no comparison to actually meeting someone in person. Luckily, you are a very hands-on person, so you've really got that going for you. I think it's really important that don't worry, Emma. The chances are your heart is going to get broken, and then broken again, and then broken again. But eventually, that's part of the pathway, like what Path is talking about, like discernment. You can learn so much from this, okay? Cheers, Emma. By the way, you might want to just check in, later on in the next few days, because I'm probably going to have a show tomorrow night. And then just tell us how the meeting goes. All right. Thank you, Emma. All right, so tonight, let me show you. We are going to do some Astrodoodles for... Hold on, let me get organized. We've already done 8. Okay? No problem, Emma. We want you to be happy. We want you to love and to be loved. But it all starts from you within, okay? And you know that already because you've been hanging out on the channel enough to know. All right, let's do this. I'm going to set this aside. Okay, so, what are we missing? We did Cancer. Okay. We did Leo. Okay. We did Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Aries, Aquarius, and Capricorn. So we still have, what do we have remaining here? We still have to do, Virgo. We still have to do Pisces, I think. All right. We still have to do Gemini. And I guess Sagittarius, right? There we go. So tonight, okay? All right. So tonight we're going to do Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius, okay? I know. This is what an Astrodoodle library looks like. I wish I had a really big house and I could store all the Astrodoodles because I'm very sentimental and I love my Astrodoodles, but the reality is at the end of the month, I just shred them. Okay? Alright, so tonight we're going to do Virgo and Pisces and Gemini and Sagittarius. Let's see, who should we start with? Who do we start with? Let's have a look. Let me put this deck away. Anybody who's feeling really super kind and generous can put tons of money into the super chat. I will gladly accept it. Okay, let's have a look. I'll tuck this over here for now. And we'll get set up. We'll get rolling. I'll tuck these over here. I'll tuck them over here. And we'll get started. Alright, who are we going to start with, people? Let's have a look. Let's see. Okay, so this is the general note for December 2019. It's the same thing over and over again for everybody, but I'm going to repeat it. Okay, Pisces. Okay, well, let's just do that. Let's start with Pisces. Estarzi is here, Pisces. Greetings, Estarzi. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. keeping me company while we do all these things. So for Pisces, here we go. The first couple of weeks of the month, it's all about the big leftover energy at the end of November with the Sagittarius new moon, okay? Combined at the same time with a massive Capricorn stellium, okay? Huge pileup of planets. It's already here, people. The pileup for January 2020 is already happening, okay? It's already happening in November, it's bigger in December, and in January, it's like that's when it happens for real. Hello, Starsy, I see you. Another big deal is that Jupiter is entering Capricorn, so this is going to amplify the Capricorn energy even more. This is actually really sweet for you, Pisces. The Sagittarius new moon is a little bit challenging, you'll see in a minute. In the middle of the month, we're going to show you the full moon, which is in Gemini, around the 12th, okay? It's on a very tricky axis for you, okay, Pisces? And then let's keep moving, and then towards the end of the month, we have this humongous, monstrous-sized new moon eclipse in Capricorn, plus the stellium, okay? Can you imagine this? It's on every other Astrodoodle, okay? Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, all piled up over here in Capricorn, okay? This is like a big, big knock on the door. Wake up, everybody, because January 2020 is coming, okay? I wrote that book, Wealth, Money, Finance, Global Restructuring, January 2020. Well, I just had a very interesting long meeting with a dear friend of mine who used to be a market trader and market broker over in London and sometimes in New York. And he was telling me about all the stuff happening in Great Britain with the, what do they call it, the Brexit, and how what he calls it, his portfolio, how rich people have portfolios, it lost 35% in value because of the chaos that's happening there. So England is already feeling the pressure of January 2020, and it's only going to increase. Okay, all right, so let's do this, people. Let's start with Pisces. I'm going to put that over here. Tuck this over the side, put this up here, let's see, I'll tuck it over here out of the way like that, and we're going to start. Okay, let's have a look. So this is the Astrodoodle for Pisces. And I'm going to put Pisces on the horizon over here and making it your chart, okay? Now let me delineate the rest of the chart so it can look like it's all about Pisces. And title it first, okay? So at this point in time, hello Ivona, I see you. Okay, I see you. Well, Starsy, it's like you're going to get 2 Astrodoodle reports tonight because we're also going to be doing Sagittarius. So that is just as important for you because of the rising sign. So hang in, Starsy. Pisces, December 2019. And this is a genuine, original, Terra Lumination Astrodoodle. There we go. See? There it is. That's how we start. So Aries is over here in your 2nd house. Taurus is over here, 3rd house. Gemini is over here. This is where things are a little bit awkward for you, okay? Pisces, it's the Gemini-Sagittarius axis through this month because it's getting lit up for you. Cancer is over here. Leo is over here in the 6th. Virgo is in your 7th. Libra rules your 8th. Scorpio, your 9th. Okay? And Sagittarius, okay? Hey, Path. Leo, Sun, what's that? Leo, Sun, Libra rising, Virgo moon, Cancer Venus. What houses? Oh, well, I can do that right now. If you give me a second here, Path, because you put good money into the pot, let me jump straight to that. I don't want to deny you. Watch this, okay? This is just for you, Path. And this is using a westernized chart, all right? Sorry, I keep missing the loop here. So I'm going to start with the Libra rising. You'll see in a minute. And then everything gets delineated from there. So I'm going to start with Libra, but I'm not going to make it big. I'm just going to make it the same size as everything else. So the Leo sun, okay, is over here. Oh, you want me to finish my doodle? Okay, we'll come back to this. All right, we'll come back to this later. Thank you, Path. Sorry, I just I get, sometimes I lose concentration or focus, and like if people dive in and say something, I just kind of start rambling, you know? So I've got it under here as a reminder, okay? Thank you, Path. All right, now. Okay, let's keep going around over here. So Sagittarius is up here in your 10th. Capricorn in the 11th. That's lucky for you. And Aquarius over here in the 12th. Okay, so now look. At the very, very end, I'm just going to mark it for you, Pisces, because it's really important. Even though this is for December, you've actually got a new moon over here, okay? From the very tippy end of November. So that really lights up this part of your chart. It's just it's kind of exciting in a way, because it really lights up new starts and new beginnings for you regarding your sense of like destiny, mission, and purpose in this world. It puts you in much more of a public light here. It's almost like it might be too much for you, like, you know, being exposed and being called upon to be more responsible and more active in the world in a way that requires you to share your wisdom with the world and the planet, which you might not be naturally inclined to do. So this looks quite uncomfortable for me to tell you. Let me keep going. Over here, I'm going to fill up 5 planets, okay, in Capricorn, because this is where where I feel that the action is. We do have the Gemini full moon up here. Let me put the rest of the planets in. So we've got Neptune in Pisces, okay, over here, about 26 degrees. Chiron is over here. I'm going to just put a little tiny mark for Chiron, because I'm not going to... That's only for in-depth readings. Taurus, we have Uranus in Taurus over here. And the moon is going to be in Gemini. I'll come back to that. The North Node is over here. Okay. Let's keep moving around, around, around. And Mars is going to be over here in Scorpio all the month of December. And Jupiter is over here, but it is moving into Capricorn, okay? This month, okay? Okay? So over here in Capricorn, I'm just going to mark it out. Oh, actually, I'll put the planets in first, okay? Pluto, Saturn, Venus, Moon, and Jupiter, all piling up over here in your 11th house. So there's this really humongous push on you, Pisces, about new starts, new beginnings, and radical, deep, profound immersion in the community, in your sense of hopes and dreams and wishes for humanity, where you might have a great sense of responsibility that has been like simmering inside of you for a long time, but you haven't been able to put many words to it. But over the next year or so, like a year and a half, I think this is going to become a really, really important part of your life. Like, how are you being active in the public? Okay, and it's almost like holding public office. It's almost like the energy of being someone who's a spokesperson for like a humanitarian business or something like that. I'm not going to go into details here because it's unique for everybody. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the notes here. Okay, you'll see in a moment. At the very beginning, we've got the big Capricorn stellium here right at the very beginning of the month. And the leftovers from November 29th. I'm just going to mark that here, 29th, in little brackets, because that's important for you. The full moon is over here in Gemini. Okay, this is where it's awkward as well. Okay, the moon is over here. Full moon on the 12th. So this is a really awkward axis for you because it's on these are in the cardinal houses over here. 1, 4, 7, 10. Okay, I'm going to put some color in here in a moment because I'm not really going to add much more to the doodle. It's a very simple doodle this month because frankly the big news as far as I'm concerned is all of this stuff over here, and everything else is just like, routine stuff. You're just going to live through it because those are the fast moving planets and that's going to change, and but the action is over here. I'll show you in a minute. First, let me do the coloring up and I'll explain things a little bit more for you. I'm not actually here to really analyze or explain the readings. I'm just actually making the doodles because we're going to go into the depth of the readings later this month, okay? So this is really sweet. I'm going to put this in green, okay, for you. I'm going to highlight that in green. And this in green for you, because it's really very benevolent energy for all Pisceans, okay? Because the Capricorn Pisces energy is what's called a sextile. It's a very comfortable dynamic between Capricorn and Pisces energy. So you're one of the lucky ones, dear Pisces. Not everybody has it so lucky in December. It's actually kind of sweet for you in terms of the mirror aspect as well, in terms of love. Love, romance, creative self-expression, and all these kinds of things. I'm going to put an orange up here. The full moon on the 12th in Gemini, okay? Opposing the sun in Sagittarius, okay? This is kind of awkward. There's the date over there. And the really big news, of course, is the new moon eclipse. Okay, I'll show this to you in a moment close up. I'm still making the doodle. New moon eclipse in Capricorn plus the stellium. A stellium is when you get a huge cluster of planets all piled up on each other over here. So this is sort of what it looks like. Hold on, I'm going to give some highlights over here. I want to underline the title so we know that you are the star of this Astrodoodle. Okay? It's all about you. A couple of other things I want to mention. Just in passing, since we're here. I'm going to get my highlighter and make it even brighter for you. There we go. So I'm going to keep it super simple. This is your Pisces Astrodoodle for December 2019. Okay? The real action is up here towards the end of the month. It builds up here early in the month, right over from the end of November, when they had that new moon. But over here in the middle of the month, around December the 12th, this is really awkward energy in some ways, because it's almost like you're being forced to come out of your shell. Think of the moon as the home, like the crab shell, and you want to hide inside. And you might get these really strong feelings that you would really prefer to just stay at home and, stay in a beautiful Piscean, dreamlike, idealized environment. And yet, you were just shoved off the end of a diving board saying, no, dear Pisces, you are going to have to take on a much more responsible, much more public, more visible presence in your life from now on, in a very responsible way, to do with, what are you doing here on this earth? What are you doing on this planet? What is your mission? Why are you here? And it's something very much to do with humanity, okay? Your gifts to humanity. Like in some way, shape, or form or other, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. We could talk about Neptune and Pisces for a while. We could talk about Mars and Scorpio. This is very exciting. This is very activating. Actually, I should mark this. This is actually exciting for you. This is stimulating, okay? This thing here with Mars is really stimulating for you to seriously get out and about. Get out and about. Get out there into the world. Get out into the public arena. Look at this, Pisces. You've got Mars, Jupiter, Moon, Venus, Saturn, Pluto, all up here in the very top ends of your chart. There's a huge amount of pressure for you to become much more, let's say, visible to this world, much more public, okay? And you can tap into your creativity to do that, okay? That's what I'm sensing. It just might be very uncomfortable, to actually, it's almost like you're, like asking a snail to come out of its shell, asking, a crab or a lobster to come out of their shell and expose their deeply sensitive, delicate, but very delicious selves to the rest of the world. And then the world will just consume you because of all the luscious stuff that you have to offer here. Okay, this is beautiful for you. All right? Let's just leave it at that, all right? We have 3 more to do, so we've got a lot of work to do, people. Now, I think, who was it? Starzy, you also said that you have Sagittarius rising, right? So, give me a second. All right, so we just did Pisces, all right? So now we're going to work on Sagittarius, all right? Here we go. Actually, no, let me get back to Path Traveler for a minute, because let's address this now. It's simply because you wanted to understand what gets lit up where and how, for you specifically. I get it. So I'm putting Libra on the horizon. Okay, I have to go back to the notes here. Let me scroll back, okay? Okay. Okay, I'm going back. Can you see the big turquoise super chat from Path Traveler? It says Leo Sun, Libra rising, Virgo moon, Cancer Venus, what houses? Okay, so here's what it looks like in the Tarot Lumination world. I'm putting Libra rising over here, all right, on the horizon. Okay, so in what's called a whole sign chart, we would have the sun up here in Leo. Okay, you'll see in a moment. I'm just going to put it up here, Leo, for the sun. All right. The moon is in Virgo. So where do you think the moon is? Okay. Once you go around the whole chart, Virgo is right here. Okay. If you think of the signs, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and so on. So Virgo sits over here. Okay, so we're going to put the moon over here and Venus in Cancer, okay? So that's going to be somewhere else. All the way around. Can you see what's happening? Venus up here in Cancer. Okay? So I'm going to mark out these particular things like a pizza pie. Like a piece of pie. Not a pizza, a piece of pie with 12 slices. But these are the slices that we're talking about. So for the Libra rising, that is your first house. And your Venus, in a whole sign, very simplified tarot illumination style Western chart, would be in your 10th house. Okay? Okay? And over here, the sun would be in the 11th house, and the moon would be in the 12th house, according to the notes that you put on the screen for me right now. So everybody else, this is the reply that I have for Path Traveler, okay, about the notes on the screen. Notice how we took all our markings, we did all the delineations by putting Libra on the horizon, okay? In Western astrology, we treat this as the birth line over here. The horizon is right here. So the other signs we could put in there, let me put Leo over here, Virgo, Cancer over here, and Libra over here. Okay? We have the other house, 1, 2, this is numbered. I'll just put these in small letters, okay? So you'll see, understand it better. 6th house, 7th house, 8th house, 9th house, okay? These would be the houses. 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, okay? And so the way it would look for Path Traveler is like this. So for example, you know, depending on the time of the year or whatever we're doing at that moment in time, regarding these planets, Sun, Moon, and Venus, they're going to be impacted because if you put this in the center and imagine the planets whizzing around all over here, you know. For example, on the Path Traveler chart, we would read it for Libra on this chart, there's going to be a huge cluster of Capricorn energy over here in the 4th house. You see? In fact, why don't we do this so that you have a much clearer understanding? Let's actually find the Libra doodle. Okay? Can you see what this is, where all the action is? Right over here. This is for the Libra December 2019. All the action is over here in the 4th house. And of course we have the new moon and the full moon over here in the middle of the month. Early in the month and the middle of the month. But in general, you can see from here, this is what if you can imagine this layered on top of this. All the action is down here. Now, of course, at the other time during the month, there are going to be other transits with some of the other planets zooming around the outside. And the natural planets of Venus, and Sun, and Moon will be impacted in some way or another by the transits of the other planets as they zoom around. Okay? So, Path, I hope that helps you. You can get a visual understanding. I'm going to put this up on the screen, and I'll just hold it steady for a moment, okay? So that everybody can see. So this is the reply to Path Traveler. If you scroll back through the chat, you can see the notes yourself, and this is the reply. Thank you, Path. I'm going to put this to the side. And now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Hello, all sun, I see you. Need a bit of room here, people. All right, let's do this. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for being here, like I said earlier. If anybody else wants to contribute to the making of an Astrodoodle, the super chat is open. Okay. TL, I was asking for the transits in what houses. Oh, okay, like a okay. Okay, so we go back over to here. So the main transits, okay, let's do it this way. The main transits in December are going to be to do with the Sagittarius energy, the leftovers from November, the very tippy end of November with the Sagittarius new moon, and the full moon in the middle of the month. These are the important aspects as far as I'm concerned for your chart. Okay, now it's kind of beneficial for you because this is sweet for you. Okay, the Sagittarius Gemini energy is really sweet for Libras. So this is probably going to be something to do with, you know, expansion of your, you know, social circles, and your like serious like upgrades in your communications and speaking and listening to a bigger, wider audience, and gaining a lot of wisdom yourself through the experience, and then bringing that wisdom down into practice, into day-to-day life in ways that people can understand it, like a day-to-day conversation. You know how we talked about it the other day, like Lumination is dumbing down huge amounts of information just to make it understandable for, you know, anybody who just wants to hang out at a coffee shop, and even if they don't know anything about astrology. So that's sort of what I'm sensing here. It's about you becoming more and more aware of your higher consciousness and how wise you are, and how you are being like impelled to tap into the wisdom more and more and bring it down to earth. Okay, starting here. And then you will understand it like, oh my gosh, I have a responsibility and a duty to bring my communications, my wisdom, okay, into greater understanding. The other transits, I mean, we would have to go for hours, you know, talking about the other transits for the other planets. But the big one here, obviously, it's impacting your fourth house at the bottom, okay? So it means there's like, in some ways, disruptions at the home level, but also profoundly like beneficial things happening at the same time, because Jupiter is moving into this part of your life in your world. For the Libra rising, this is really good news for you at the foundations of your chart, even though the first and the fourth house is like a squared, which is a conflicted, challenging angle. It's still, this is so powerful. This thing is so strong. And it's so transformational, and it's so much about getting things to work properly at the level of the home, the family, the hearth. Look at this, you've got Venus there, okay? Venus opposing Venus in Cancer. My feeling is that you're going to become much more aware about love and how the love flows in and through the home, where the home itself is like a conduit for love energy, okay? The actual love. I'm not just saying romance, but I'm actually the phenomenon of love, okay? And Saturn makes it real, makes it happen, turns it into like a reality. And Jupiter amplifies the benefits and the wonders. And Pluto, to me it feels like we're dealing with irreversible changes here, where you can't go back once you go through this evolutionary shift over the next year, okay? The Gemini Sagittarius axis over here is very sweet and beneficial for your sun over here. Again, these are very harmonious for you. You're really lucky, actually, in that way. The Libras are very lucky. And the Virgo moon is very lucky too, because the Virgo moon over here is naturally very comfortable with the Capricorn energy. So in a lot of ways, the December chart is really beneficial for you, particularly Path, in terms of like important transformations in the home. And what does this mean in the greater world around you? It's going to, to me it looks like you're going to have a chance for your light to shine in the home setting more than ever before. Okay, it's really kind of sweet, actually. That's how I look at it. I don't know if I can do much more on this show live right now. The rest of it would have to be like really kind of in depth. All right. So now we're going to work on Sagittarius. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. I'm just going to delineate everything again like we do. Sagittarius is the star of this doodle. Okay. Capricorn is over here. The second house. Aquarius over here, third house. Pisces over here at the foundations, the fourth house, home and family. Aries over in the fifth. Taurus in the sixth over here. And let's have a look. Gemini over here. So as you can tell already, Sagittarius, this is kind of an important month for you, because of the Sun-Moon axis here during the month. You'll see in a moment. Cancer over here in your 8th house. Leo up in the 9th. Virgo on the 10th. Libra over here on the 11th. And Scorpio over here on the 12th. Now we've got Mars in Scorpio all month. We have the Sun in Sagittarius for a lot of the month, and Jupiter is shifting into Capricorn. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Capricorn at the peak. Okay? We've got Pluto, Saturn, Venus, Moon, and Jupiter all piled up here. So I'm going to give that special energy some room. Okay? Neptune is in Pisces. Okay? So for a lot of Sagittarians, in some ways there might be these moments now and again where you feel there's some kind of tragedy in the home and the family. I know I have lost a dear, dear Sagittarius friend. He died last year. And he had a very beautiful home and family. And it was truly, truly like a dream come true scenario. But the flip side, of course, is that is the tragedy of his death. It was awful. Chiron's over here. I'm not going to work with Chiron now. Uranus is in Taurus over here. And the moon is going to be over here in the middle of the month, okay? That's going to be the full moon. on the 12th, roughly. Okay? The North Node's over here in Cancer. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. I think we've covered the most of the bits and pieces that we need for this doodle. Okay, like this. Here we go. This is for December 2019, and it is another genuine, one-of-a-kind Lumination Astrodoodle. Thank you very much. Mary. What? Sorry, I just looked up at the screen. Path Traveler saying, oh, thank you, that's what I wanted to know. Cool, thank you. So I did something useful. Sorry, TL. Oh, don't worry, Starsy. We're just doing Sagittarius right now. I think you said that you're a Pisces Sun with a Sagittarius rising. So these two doodles that we're doing tonight are actually really important for you. All right, so over here we have the new moon eclipse in Capricorn, and that's on the 26th. So that's one hell of a thing to happen on the holiday season. I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm really not going to put much in here at all. You know, Sagittarius, this is the money house for Sagittarians. So for a lot of Sagittarians, you might be undergoing some intense pressure regarding your finances, huge, perhaps grinding reality checks regarding your finances, which is making you really question your beliefs. What is it that is truly and absolutely most valuable to you? In other words, what would happen if you became utterly broke, jobless, and powerless? What would be the things that are really valuable to you? In other words, if you had to go live on an island, what's that thing like? And you're only allowed one suitcase. What are you going to bring with you? Okay? Is it going to be love? Is it going to be friendship? Is it going to be money? Is it going to be a companion? Is it going to be fruits and vegetables? Is it going to be seeds to plant plants? Are you going to bring a goat? Are you going to bring sheep, cows, a bottle of whiskey, whatever it is? You're lucky, Sagittarius, because you've got beautiful Venus there. You've got bountiful Jupiter there to counterbalance the intense pressure of Pluto and Saturn. So this is a hugely important month for you regarding value and your values, resources, your talents and gifts, and your belief systems. So you might be undergoing huge, radical, transformational, long, slow transformations in terms of your finances and your values, value systems. Okay? I'm going to mark it all out now and put it in full color. I'm going to give you some green here because, you know, even though it's kind of in an awkward place, I think it's actually really beneficial for you. I think you really need this, and I think it's going to be really awesome for you. So I'm giving it a full green, but I'm going to accent with some orange, okay? So that you don't take it all for granted and you understand that this is not easy. Okay, this is not easy, but it is really worth it, okay? Whatever pressures you are enduring, it's worth it. Now, I'm going to do two colors on the new moon and the full moon thing over here with the Sagittarius. Remember, over here, dear Sagittarians, we just had a new moon at the very tippy end of November. So the Sagittarius energy is going to be really strong coming into December. So for the first 2 weeks, you're going to be on a real surge. It's just like surfing and you catch a really big, beautiful wave. The thing is, of course, if you miss the wave, then that becomes a problem. But I think you're bold enough and strong enough, okay? So imagine you start the month over here with the tippy end of a November with a really strong, beautiful Sagittarius new moon that's lifting you through December. It's very beneficial for you. And then you come to a moment of like shock and awe and awakening, like, oh my gosh, what did I just discover over the last month plus the last 2 weeks, the last 6 weeks? When you reach the full moon, okay, in Gemini, then you'll have an awakening, and it will come to you in the form of relationship, okay? You will find out like some of one of those like oh gulp moments, like, you know, what just happened? So I'm giving it an orange, okay? I know it's hard to see that next to the Capricorn stuff because there's a lot of orange here. And I'm only marking it because it's happening to you on a very critical axis, which is the relationship axis, the first house and the seventh house, okay? So the middle of the month is going to be really significant for you, Sagittarius. And at the end of the month, oh my gosh, just brace yourself. So there's going to be, to me it feels like it's going to be kind of a weird month for Sagittarius. In some ways kind of really exciting, really enlightening, really encouraging, but also in some ways very, very daunting, okay, because of this and because of this, okay? This is not going away anytime soon. Okay, and that's the full moon in Gemini over there. I want to make sure you can see the Gemini signs. Okay, okay, and the Sagittarius energy's over here. So I'll double that up and that up and that up. And now I'm just going to highlight it, and that's all it's going to do. Anything else? You have to pay for a reading or something. Alright, here we go. This is for Sagittarius. Thank you so much, dear Saggies. You can handle it. You can definitely handle it. Let's put some more green in there. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So that, dear Sagittarius, is your Astrodoodle for December, okay? And we aren't even close to December yet. Hello, Chantal. I see you. Yay. Greetings. All right, there we go. So, Estarcia, I hope that helps you. We'll find out more in December. Da 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 da. Super duper. Well, we have 2 more to do. How's everybody doing? Let me just check in. See how we're all doing. Let's see now. Ah, there you are. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Primary. Yes, everybody check out, go visit Primary. Go visit her website, iCalic Art. I think it's iCalicart.com. And you can, I think you can check out her, our meeting that we did. Can you tell us, Primary? Is there a way that the viewers can go to your website and see the live show that we did all about your work? It's stunning. Everybody, you have to understand, Primary Feathers does stunningly beautiful artwork, okay? If you want to check it out, you know how these chats like kind of block the links. So Primary, you have to like let people know how they can reach you, okay? But just do it very subtly in the chat, okay? Subtle, okay? Yeah. Hello, Chantal. Yes, see you. Okay. Hi, guys. Yeah. Hello, Getty. So it must be like early morning. You're in Berlin, right? It must be very early morning. Oh, Primary, you're going to Cincinnati? Whoa. Oh, we need to talk. We need to talk. I have tales to tell from Cincinnati because of times that I've spent there. All right, so I'm just going to just check through here. Oh, it won't show the links. It won't show any of the links, okay? You'll have to kind of like, I don't know, you know how they make those fake links, you'll have to type it out. Just tell people to go visit iCalicArt, whatever it is, iCalicArt.com, okay? Okay. Yeah, we saw the typo. It's Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, you're allowed, okay? So you're leaving in the morning to drive to Cincinnati. That's a long drive. And I heard it's starting to get really cold up there in the east. All right, I need a beverage. Hold on. Here we go. Greetings. I love drinking grape juice out of a wine glass. It makes me feel so special. I'm sorry if I look so dopey. It's because I am. All right. Now, where were we? Let's have a look. See what's going on out there. Let's see if anybody wants to sing and dance. Okay. Hold on. No, hold on. Just want to check. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's Lumination, a lost angel. I'm glad you understand, Chantal. It's true. Yep. Los Angeles is a very strange city. I've lived a colorful life, you could say. I've moved and lived in many different towns in several different countries. What's that? Okay. Thanks, Kitty. Chantal. Me. Oh. You're dancing with your daughter. You want to dance? Okay. All right. Let's do this. Chantal, if you're dancing with your daughter, I would like to play the Hey Oh song. It's a really seriously girly song. I wrote it for the girls. I wrote it for girl power, okay? And I worked with this amazing girl singer to do it. But in the meantime, what I'm asking you to do is imagine Terra Lumination in the best drag outfit possible. And I'm on stage with you guys, and we're doing those kind of dances. Let me see if I can do it for you. You know? Where you kind of put your hands on your hips, and you do those... And you kick your legs and feet up like those Cossack soldiers, those Cossack, pirate dancers. When they do the pirate dancing. Okay? Alright, so Chantal, get your daughter ready. Get ready for the beat. Okay? I'm not going to disgrace myself on camera by pretending I can dance this, because I don't have the staging to set up to do it. Otherwise, I would be joining you. But in the meantime, let's get you started. Okay? It's called Hey Oh. This is for Chantal and her daughter. It's time for the ladies to dance. It sounds like this.
It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight, school, my stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Hey, I'm gonna go out tonight. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. Hey, there's nothing I'd rather do. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
So, Chantal and your Chantal's dear daughter, how did you like that? Did you have fun? Were you able to stretch those arms and stretch those legs? I hope you didn't knock down any furniture or trash the house. I hope you guys are okay. I am not going to pick up your medical bills if you had any spills and falls, okay? You have to take care of that, okay? E. Okay, I hope that's a happy E. I hope that's a happy E. Once you get into it, once you actually learn the song, you can kind of act with the song as well. Like you can act it out. That's what I like to do. Okay? I'm not going to tell you anything more than that. Okay, I'm going to show that one here. Thank you. Well, you know what I'm thinking? We've still got two more. Why don't we have a little bit more fun dancing, people, because it's very, very good for you. And, you know, once you're kind of in the groove, it kind of becomes like addictive. So I have this idea. Okay, bear with me. Okay, I have this idea. Since this whole channel is, to me, it's all about the health and the healing. It's really about the healing. It's all about the healing power of love, okay? I wish I could join you too, Chantal. I love jumping around and making a complete idiot myself on stage when I'm in the mood. Mostly I'm not, but sometimes I just go absolutely wild crazy. And I can do one of those Cossack dancing, you know, where they lift the knees up and do. But this, okay, we'll say goodnight to your daughter. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you dancing here. Put her to bed. And we're going to play another song for Chantal. And this is like a power song. This is all about power. It's called Fighting Well, okay? It's about getting into your power. And I like it because of the beat. And the reason I'm going to play it is because I was with my dear friend down the street here. And I was helping her fix her computers and stuff. And she said she loves the Lumination music. And she wanted to hear it. And so she asked me, how do I hear your music, TL, on my computer? And so I said, oh, you go to the Spotify thing, which is some kind of app, and you load it and create your account, and you just press the button and it makes this music. So that's how that works. And so, and when I played this song, well, she wanted to hear all the different songs. We played this one. She went absolutely berserk. She went totally berserk, like she was at some kind of like EDM rock, EDM disco kind of like, you know, trance concert or something. And it sounds like this, okay? And the lyrics are very simple, okay? What is the first line? My immune system's fighting well. Okay? That's the whole of the first verse. It just goes on and on and on and on. My immune system is fighting well, okay? My immune system is fighting well. And for the second verse, it is, my T cells are fighting well. My T cells, you know what they are. They're inside your bloodstream. And those are the ones, like, they do all the attack and protect and defend for all the nasty bugs that are out there. So this is what this song is about. It's all about the healing, okay? It's called Fighting Well. It goes like this. You'll hear it. Okay.
My immune system's fighting well. My immune system's fighting well. My immune system spotted 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 well. Oh, oh, my T cells are spotted well. 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 Oh, oh, my T cells are spotted well. 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 Oh, oh,
So there. There we go. Wow. That's chair dancing for you, okay? Hello, Queen of Water, I see you. Chantal, you beat cancer. Whoa. You got your clean bit of health in 2015. That's amazing. Go Chantal, wow. Huh. Yes, look at that, look at that. How? I don't know. It's the healing power of love. Maybe you're one of those lucky people. You had a miracle healing. After 2 surgeries, your white blood cell count was just obscenely high, and it happened by itself. That is the healing power of love in action, people. That's self-love, because some people give up. If you don't have the strength, then your immune system doesn't work, okay? But a lot of that is to do with the will to live, okay? Understanding that it's an incredible experience to be a living, sentient being, to be alive on this planet. I know some people think it's irrelevant. If you're like an atheist, or if you are, you have no sense of joy, then this whole life journey can feel just like a bizarre science experiment. But, okay? Fantastic, Chantal. That's really, really cool. Hello, Path. Good night. Go to bed. Sleep well. Oh, yes. You'll be fine, okay? Fantastic. Alright, so now we have to, we've got 2 more charts to do. We still have to do Virgo, and we also have to do, I think, Gemini. Let me just check. Where was I? Yeah. Give me a second. I'm going to go back to the stage here. Get well soon, Path. So we just did Sagittarius, right? So now let's do Virgos. Okay? We're going to do Virgo now. Yay. Thank you very much. What a fabulous success story, Chantal. That's fantastic. Seriously, you deserve a prize. You deserve some kind of like... Because that's really, really tough. What you had to endure is absolutely brutal. Absolutely, utterly brutal. Okay, I've got to get the charts out here. Here we go. So we're going to work on Virgo now. I'm going to delineate again everything, just like we did before. Okay? Here we go. Well, the thing is, there are miracles that happen. I am also a living miracle when it comes to health issues, Chantal, so I understand completely. I have been on my deathbed multiple times, but I'm still here, people. Most people, if you saw me in real life, you'd never know the stuff that I've had lived through, okay? Because I look just like a regular, just some guy on the street, you know? I don't have any of the like really obviously miserable conditions like, you know, muscular dystrophy and things like that, or thalidomide damage, or, you know, cerebral palsy, some of these conditions that are so hard to handle, okay? But I still understand, okay? I understand you, Chantal. There are certain things that happen in healthcare that you can only explain through a miracle. Truly only through a miracle. I have had so many miracles in my life. And I know it for a fact because otherwise I would not be here. I would have been dead many times over long ago. Right, so this is Virgo. There are such things as miracle cures, okay? It does happen. And that defies all medical knowledge. The only way you can accept it is through understanding the word miracle. Understand a miracle is something that is beyond, something beautiful and wonderful, beyond any kind of logical explanation. You're a miracle baby. So Libra is over here. Anyway, I'm going to get on with the Virgo Astrodoodle. Isn't it freaky, Chantal? Like, who would know? I agree with you, Gertie. The body is a mind-boggling entity. And each cell has a conscience too. Every single cell works together. The human body is absolutely mind-boggling, and I get so sad when we take it for granted. I'm one of those people. I took my body for granted, and I trashed myself. And, you know, I've ended up in a very dire situations many times, and now I'm trying to salvage what's left of my life and live in a very different way, and it's working. I'm much happier now by honoring and respecting the physical body, listening to the body. The body and the heart has a voice, okay? I think I've seen it. Actually, I think I've seen that, Chantal. Yeah, I saw that quite a while ago. I think I do remember seeing it. I can't remember the storylines, but it was kind of weird and wonderful. But yeah, miracles for sure. Sagittarius over here. All right. Yes, it was on Netflix, Chantal. It was on Netflix. The OA was on Netflix, as far as I remember. And then Capricorn is over here. Aquarius is over here in the 6th. Pisces in the 7th. Okay. Yeah, Chantal, you can do that. You can go to terralumination.com, okay? And there's a place where you can connect directly by email, okay? Just follow the menu thingy. All right. And then Aries is over here in the 8th, okay? Oh, near-death experiences. Oh my gosh, I know about those too. Thank you, Chantal, yes. Taurus rules the 9th up here for Virgo. Gemini is up here in the 10th. Cancer in the 11th over here. And Leo is over here in the 12th. I have to admit, I'm going to confess something to everybody here, if you don't mind. Hold on, I just saw some notes there from Chantal. She doesn't want to chat about miracles. She wants to chat about near-death experience and how it makes it harder to die a second time. Well, I could have written books on that. I've actually written a book on it, but I haven't finished yet, okay? That's what I'm praying for. By the way, that's one of the things that I'm praying for, everybody, because this channel and Terra Illumination is going to undergo a lot of changes in the next year. I'm just going to tell you now. I'm just preparing for it, and I don't know how to tell you because I don't know the details of the changes, but all I know is that I need a lot more time for myself to do the music, to finish the book, and to do the art, okay? So I don't know what's going to happen with the tarot and the astrology, but there's going to be a big shift in priorities because I have to get that book out. So Chantal, just so that you know, I wrote a book about my own near-death experience, okay? Because I'm very lucky to be alive. So we can chat about that. Just get in touch with me. We will. You were revived as a baby. Oh, yes. And maybe we are a soul family like in the show. Well, actually, Chantal, a lot of people who are members here at the channel feel that. There are people here who I truly believe that we are connected. I already know for a fact, because I've worked with several of the members, that we are very intimately connected as a soul family, and I can prove it through the astrology. Okay, that's on the understanding that you would believe in past lives and future lives, as well as this present life, because we've been here before, and we're going to be here again. Okay, so Chantal, yes, you've got a point. It is like a soul family. That is very, very much about what it is here. So you've kind of touched on something. I don't really talk about it. It just happens spontaneously, but now that you're mentioning it, it is kind of what it's about here. Okay? So there you go. All right, now I'm having a moment where, what was I going to say? Because I was just chatting with Chantal for a second then. Yes, okay, where was I? Okay, I was talking about Virgos and... What was it? What was I going to say? Oh, I'm totally lost in the... I'm totally confused. Hold on. I'm trying to check the chat and trying to stay connected. I came over here because I was going to say something, and then I saw the notes from Chantal, so I dived into that. Let's just go back to the Astrodoodle, and if I remember what it was, then I'll tell you about it. Maybe it was just, I was just going to tell you about the book, okay? Alright, let's go. Okay, okay. Don't worry about it, Chantal. Okay, this is going to be the Astrodoodle for Virgo for December 2019. Okay, and it's an Astrodoodle, a genuine, handmade, handcrafted, totally non-GMO, artisanally crafted by hand over here in the Tarot Lumination workshop. Alright, so you can probably figure out what's going to happen. There's going to be a huge amount of emphasis over here for you Libras in the 5th house, the house of creative self-expression, true love, romance, fun, risk-taking, excitement, being bold and being in the light, being courageous, being magnanimous, just being like in a state of joy. It's like the state of joy when you're a little kid and you're just so happy, you're just laughing and happy and jumping around just because you're you, just because you're alive, and you're not worried or shy, or if anyone thinks, oh gosh, you're outrageous, or like, what gives you the right to be happy? That's not your problem, okay, Virgo? It's not your problem. Your challenge here is to be truly happier than you've ever been before. So I'm just going to mark it up. I'm going to start right over here. I'm going to put Pluto over here, Saturn, Venus, and the Moon, and then Jupiter, okay? All piled up over here. So, dear Virgos, this is really sweet for you. It's almost overwhelmingly good. It's almost like, what are you supposed to do with all this energy? And it's an eclipse, okay? Now, for Virgos, we do have a little bit of awkward energy because for a lot of December, for the first 3 weeks, we do have the Sagittarius Sun in here, in your 4th house of home and family. So your home, it gets all lit up. The sense of home and family and foundations of your life is all lit up. But in some ways, it's kind of awkward. It's almost like the energy of somebody opening the blinds, opening the doors, opening the windows when you don't actually want them open. It's like you would like ideally, like Virgo, when you're resting and when you need to heal and be home and feel safe and secure, you might want to keep the doors closed, the blinds dialed down a little bit to keep it soft, warm lighting inside, and to make sure the doors are locked. And then all of a sudden you've got a few weeks with the Sagittarius Sun there blazing in, bursting in, busting down the doors, opening it up like, what's this all about? Well, of course, it is to shake you up, wake you up and say, it's time to wake up, Virgo, it's time to wake up, because there's some humongously amazing stuff happening for the Virgos here, coming up in December and January and for the whole of 2020, okay? So I'm going to highlight the Sagittarius because we're coming into, okay, remember this from these notes earlier? We're coming into the month very early on with a massive pile of energy at the end of November. We've got the Capricorn stellium already here, okay? And we have the new moon Sagittarius from the 29th. we've got all this other stuff. And the beautiful thing, Jupiter enters Capricorn. This is so sweet for you, Virgos, okay, over here. This is so good for, like, bringing you into the light, perhaps being more creatively expressive, bold, courageous, almost outrageous than you've ever imagined you could ever be in your whole life. Like, because Virgos can often be very shy, humble, and they would tend to retreat in the spotlight rather than jump into the spotlight. But this is a very different story. It's almost like you're being dragged into the spotlight because you do have beautiful gifts to offer, and you're really protected here. This is very protective energy from Jupiter, and it's very loving, beautiful energy from Venus. So you might have all sorts of things inside of you that have been bubbling up, Virgos, that are going to come out in terms of creative self-expression. But it's going to be done in a slow, methodical, effective, grounded, practical, effective way. It's like being a really, really good artist, actor, performer of any kind, like on the stage or in sports or in business or creativity, music, whatever it is. We've got Neptune in Pisces, of course, over here, which can be really awkward when it comes to marriages and business contracts and agreements. Like things could be very idealized one moment, and the next minute you realize, I just got screwed. Uh-oh. You know, you have to be very, very careful. Uranus is in Taurus up here, okay? In your 9th house. So that is really stimulating you to be like outrageously bold, like in the bigger, wider world, taking outrageous risks and also being prepared for outrageous, unpredictable surprises, radical upheavals, sometimes very disruptive, sometimes very exciting and wondrous, very miraculous energy happening up here in your 9th house of higher consciousness, foreign travel, foreign people, foreign places, and that's really sweet for you. So early on, actually, let's just put this in the middle of the month. The full moon is over here around the 12th, okay? And it's in Gemini. And it is opposing the Sagittarius sun over here, okay? I'll put the moon over here, like this. It's not a very good looking moon, but anyway. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Getty thinks the doodles should be signed and auctioned. I don't know. If anybody wants to buy them, you'd have to send me a whole bunch of money, and then I'll send them in an envelope. And then you can put them in a vault. And when Terra Lumination is rich and famous, you can sell them for millions of dollars. There you go. And that could be your trust fund for your kids. There you go. Thank you, Getty. You're a genius. So at the very beginning of the month, I'm just going to put this here as early December. Okay? Just so that you're aware of it. Okay? But this is the big stuff over here at the very end of the month. This is the new moon eclipse. In Capricorn. Plus the stellium. Humongously good for you. This is, you're so lucky, Virgo. You're probably one of the luckiest ones in the whole panoply of stars and astrodoodles and planets and astrology to have this. I'm not going to worry about the rest of the stuff, honestly. I'm just going to highlight the key things that I'm marking here. This is all green, all go for you. Hello, big dog, I see you. Hello, West Side Watcher. It's very late for you. Hi, gang. Hello, West Side Watcher. Honestly, Getty, I would love to do that. I wish I could have boxes full of these Astrodoodles. So I'm going to give you a big green over here. Virgo, because it's so sweet and good for you. I'm just going to leave it all bright green. I'm not going to put any other color in there. You just need green. It's good for go. It's sweet for you. I'm going to put some orange on the Sagittarius-Gemini axis because it's quite challenging, okay? The whole idea, it's supposed to shake you up a little bit, and, you know, it's like the curtains being pulled back, like when somebody wakes you up on a very beautiful morning and says, "Get up, Virgo. It's an incredibly beautiful day outside." And you're like, "I just needed 2 more hours of sleep, please." And they say, "No, you have to get out there." It's an amazing opportunity, okay? So I'm going to put this over here like that. Yes, it's awesome, but it might be also kind of uncomfortable. But it's still good for you, okay? This is always awkward. It's beautiful and it's awkward at the same time. So I'm going to give you an orange and a green. Like, how do you deal with this? It's very hard energy to handle. Okay? And I'm just going to highlight that over here. This has been going on for years, and it's got years. We've got another 5 or 6 years to go, so there's no point in stressing about it right now. Dear Virgos, we are almost ready. Let me show you. This is yours, Virgo. I think you're one of the lucky ones. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on, here we go. So, there it is. Actually, let me put a circle in here so you don't get confused. There it is. That's it. That's what it looks like for Virgos. You see all that green over here? You're very, very lucky, Virgo. This is awesome. It's incredibly good luck. Good night, Chantal. Yeah, do what you got to do. You know, thank you for hanging out and doing some power dancing earlier. All right. Thank you, Virgos. Let's put this aside over here. We have one more to do, people, and that is, I believe, what was it? I can't remember. We just finished Virgos. Yep, so we've got Gemini. Okay, we now are going to work on Gemini. Thank you, West Side Watcher. I agree. It's beautiful. Hold on, I want to say goodnight to Chantal there. Good night, Chantal. Thank you for hanging out and dancing earlier. Congratulations on your miracle recoveries and that you're alive here to tell the tale. Fantastic. You're a hero. Okay? Bye. Okay, back to work, people. Alright, I need some beverages. I don't know about you. It's time for a top-up, people. So give me a second. Delicious. All right, Geminis. Let's have a look at the Geminis. Okay. Primary had to go to bed. Path had to go to bed. Chantal had to go to bed. I'm sure a few other people went to bed earlier as well. It's very late, I know, for a lot of you. Okay, this is for Geminis. There we go. I'm going to put Gemini. You are the star of this Astrodoodle. the twins. I have to, oh, that was one of the things I was going to tell you. I remember what it is now. I remember what I was going to tell you guys. The reality is, good night, West Side. Thanks for dropping in anyway. Yes, I'm staying hydrated. I have lots of water. I drink a lot of water. Okay, just so that you know. Thank you for your concern, West Side. The thing I wanted to say is, I just had it. Oh, yeah, I know. The thing I wanted to say that is, like, to be honest with you, I'm not like one of those deeply immersed, like, academic astrologers. I don't know a lot about the mythology, about, like, the names and how they came up with the name Gemini. How did they come up with the name Sagittarius? How did they look at all the zillions of stars in the skies back in Greece and Rome when they started to, like, you know, make charts for astrology, or back in the Mayan times? How did they look up there and decide, oh, that's a crab. Oh, that's a lion. Oh, that's an archer. Oh, that's the Leo. How did they do that? I have no idea. I mean, I've looked at some of those pictures of the constellations, but frankly, I don't get it. I mean, you'd have to have a really good imagination to see, you know, Sagittarius in heaven, to see Scorpio. You know, I'm just kind of confessing. I don't know a lot about it. I have seen with my own naked eye every planet. I have seen Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn with the naked eye. I've also seen multiple eclipses in my life. Full moon eclipses and new moon eclipses. Some of them are extremely powerful, and I was right there. I was incredibly lucky. But the reality is, I don't know much about the mythology. And I'm not a mathematician, okay? And I don't have thousands of dollars of fancy astrology software like a couple of my buddies have, okay? I'm doing this on a micro budget, okay? Sometimes I delve into the really super heavy duty stuff, but a lot of it involves a lot of math, and you have to put a huge amount of time into it. And some of them are, their whole life, their whole career is about super high level academic astrology, and I don't know how they do it. I guess they have, you know, a handful of extremely wealthy clients who pay huge amounts of money every month or something to get readings, because I don't know how to explain it otherwise. But anyway, another thing that I'd like you to know is that with the astrology that I use, it's for my own benefit, and I'm just sharing it with you guys because it's the same data, the same data. And a lot of the data is derived from, you know, space commissions like NASA, for example. They have astronomical amounts of data on the movements on the planets, and they can chart it extremely accurately. It's extremely precise. They can tell you where Jupiter is going to be 200 years from now. Exactly. They can tell you. Okay? Same thing with Pluto. Same thing with the moon. Same thing with Ceres and Eris and Pallas and Mercury. All of it. They can do that because that's what they do. They're mathematicians and they have telescopes and all of that. I'm not that person. I just soak up the data and then I just distill it all down into an Astrodoodle. An Astrodoodle is, to me, it's like the simplest, dumbest thing I can possibly create. Like, what is the least amount I need to know to get through the next few weeks, the next few months? That's how I do it. And I have a very, very, like, ruthless distillation process. Like, okay, Venus is doing that, Mercury's doing that, and, you know, Jupiter, fine. Like, but what about this one? That's when I focus on the sacred geometry. I focus on the geometry itself. when the planets are aligned in such a ways that they create gravitational stressors with each other. The biggest stressor is the opposition, of course, like the sun and the moon when you have a full moon. That's just one example. But there's other ways that those oppositions play out. And then they have squares and trines and sextiles and yods and fingers of God and quintiles and what are the other awkward... There's a whole bunch of them, okay? I don't want to keep you up, Chantal. Chantal's just so in love with her love family. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's an excuse. That gives me a good reason, too. Chantal, go to bed. Go to bed. You're not going to miss anything because this is going to play on the action replays. Don't worry about it. You need to go to bed. Chantal, you need to go to bed. All right, let's just go back and do the work. All right, Geminis, this one's for you. This is Gemini for December 2019. And you guys might have already figured out, if you were listening to what I was just saying, you might have figured out that this could be actually kind of an uncomfortable, awkward month for Geminis. Why? Because of all the Sagittarius energy over here piled up in the 7th house of one-on-one relationships. Okay? Remember this, okay? See the notes from here? Very, very early on in December, the sun is already in Sagittarius. Let's put that over here. Okay? And we just had a Sagittarius new moon around the 28th. I think it was the 28th of November, something like that, at the end of November. So that's a very, very big deal for Geminis because that's like a lot of pressure in terms of opposition. So I'm just going to actually mark it here. It's an opposition. So whenever the sign goes through its 6-monthly cycle of having the maximum opposition, sometimes it feels like your life has come to a grinding halt, or like whatever it is you do or how you do it, you end up facing a brick wall. Insurmountable object meets an immovable force, those kind of things. Okay, Chantal wants one more song, I Surrender, and then we'll put you to bed, okay? How about that? Yes. Okay, Geminis, just bear with me for a moment because this is going to take a while, okay? But Chantal needs to go to bed, so we're going to put on the I Surrender to send her to sleep, okay? This is your farewell goodnight lullaby. Thank you, Chantal. It's called I Surrender. And I'm going to give you the basic acoustic version. I think it's this one here. Oh, that's Lena. Hold on, wait a minute. I want to play the actual vocals, the actual, where is it here? Hold on. How about this? I surrender. Oh, how the body craves. Yeah, this is the one. Heart it aches. Oh, how the soul knows all of this. Feels like you manifested me in ways that match perfectly, answering my own wish for sure. So many lifetimes in the making. This time round there is no faking, no mistaking. I surrender. I surrender. My hands are held up high, my knees are on the ground. I surrender, I surrender. I hand myself over to the mystery of your sweet embrace. There's no going back, don't even have any maps to our new futures, there's only our next breath. We're so fully committed and so fully engaged, so courageous and fighters to the death. Building bridges from your heart to my heart, forging bonds of honest structure, our new start. I surrender, I surrender. My hands are held up high, my knees are on the ground. I surrender, I surrender. I hand myself over to the mystery of your sweet embrace. There's no way around this, only way out is through. There's no way around this, open the door to bliss. Only way out is through, that's what we're gonna do, yeah. I surrender, I surrender. My hands are held up high, my knees are on the ground. I surrender, I surrender. I hand myself over to the mystery of your sweet embrace. I surrender. My hands are held up high, my knees are on the ground. I surrender, I surrender. I hand myself over to the mystery of your sweet embrace. Wow. Shh. Okay. Okay, people. Okay, people, let's get back to work. Good night, big dog. Shh. Okay. So now we're going to work on the Gemini Astrodoodle. Okay. Alright. So, for Geminis, we already started marking out some of the basics here. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay. Cancer is over here in the second house. And there's the North Node over there. Leo on the third. Virgo on the fourth. Libra on the fifth. Scorpio on the sixth. Sagittarius on the seventh. Okay. So this is where the energy really piles up for you, Geminis. Starts over here. Okay. Capricorn is over here in your 8th house. That's where all the action is, really, but the precursor is the Sagittarius energy, okay? Aquarius on the 9th house. Okay. Pisces on the 10th house. Aries on the 11th, and Taurus on the 12th. So all the big action stuff is here. I'll just put it out to give us plenty of room, all right? All right, so Mars is in Scorpio all month. So Geminis might be highly motivated to get really fit, to put in a lot of energy to finally, start a really good exercise regime, really, really concentrating on fitness and health. It would be really good for you, Gemini. Pisces, we have Neptune up here, Neptune in Pisces. So that can indicate some, idealization of career and having this beautiful dream for like career and destiny, but at the same time it could be very, very hard to manifest right now. So in other words, as soon as you do something that's really like important for the world, it might feel as though it's like dissolving, like it's almost like this energy of quicksand when it comes to the sense of career. Okay, very hard energy to handle. Chiron is over here. We got Uranus and Taurus over here in the 12th house. So you're getting a lot of shakeups when it comes to spiritual awakening, connecting with divinity, with your dreams, with spirits, with heaven, with angels, with your invisible friends. My feeling is that this is a shakeup is designed to, like, what they do in archaeology. They chip away at things to break open the beautiful stuff that's hidden. It's been hidden for so long. And it happens in kind of shocking, radical, unpredictable ways. And the Geminis get exposed to the wonders of divinity, like becoming more and more psychic, for example, or becoming more and more interested in spirituality, for example, more interested in healing, more interested in healing the self. Like it's almost like you can't get away from it. In other words, you can't ignore this. So, in other words, you have to become aware about, like, you might discover all the secrets that have been hidden for so long about how you were your own worst enemy and how you betrayed yourself and allowed yourself to be betrayed by others, and this is no longer acceptable. And Uranus is here to shake it all up and make you aware of that so you can reveal it to heal it. So over here, at the very beginning of the month, I'm just going to mark it here, early December. You have all this cluster of Sagittarius, energy, especially the sun, pounding back at you. It's almost like, again, there's so much light over here in this part of your life that you might not want. Because with the 7th house energy up here, this is the 7th house. They call this the house of hope, the house of open enemies, because it's like a big mirror. Like different houses relate to you in a different way, but with the 7th house, it's like an exact mirror that's in front of you, standing right in front of you when there's nowhere to hide. So you get to see the very best of you and the very worst of you as reflected back to you from certain very significant other people in your life. And that's what's happening now. The light is shining on that. Sometimes it's almost like when you look in those like magnifying mirrors when you're trying to pop a zit or do some makeup work or trying to do some cosmetic work on your face or your body, and you see all these scary things that you wouldn't normally see in a regular mirror. That's almost what we're getting here. Like, oh my God, oh my God, I never knew I was so gorgeous, but on the other hand, I didn't know I had so many like hideous flaws. Oh no! Okay, I'm sorry. I got carried away there. But the action is over here in your 8th house, Gemini. Your 8th house of joint resources, money. The money that you share with a significant other. The money that you're obliged to, let's say, it's not necessarily your money, but it's money that's important to you. Things like taxes, insurance, inheritances, savings plans, stock market portfolios, all these kinds of things where that part of your life is really dependent on the energy of very significant other people, okay? This is almost like the energy, look at it this way. This is the energy of marriage, okay? This is the energy of love and true love. This is the energy of hooking up, okay? Over here in the 8th house, this is the energy of the deep shared merged resources like sex, death, and taxes, of what happens when you have like a relationship that is so strong that you decide to share a bed together and share your energy together. Just was what happens in reproduction. Your DNA mixes up with the DNA of another person and you create another human being. That's what we're talking about, joint resources on the most extreme level possible, okay? I'm not saying you're going to get married and have a baby, but I'm just trying to show you the significance. We got Pluto there, we've got Saturn, we're going to have Venus, and we're going to have the Moon, and we're going to have Jupiter there. It's massive, okay? I'm not going to go into too much descriptions here, but this is all about the energy, the measurable energies, especially things like money, that you share with a significant other. You know, like if you signed a contract with somebody in business, what does that look like now? If you have a joint bank account with a spouse, you know, how is that working for you? So I'm now going to color it up for you. I've got to add a few more bits over here. This is awkward. I'm just going to mark that later. Hold on. So over here in Capricorn, we have the new moon, eclipse, and the stellium around the 26th, okay, in Capricorn. Over here, this is where it is, people. I'm going to, it's good for you. Ultimately, it's good for you because it has to be. You have to find a way for it to make this good. But I'm going to alternate it and mix it with some orange because it's actually quite challenging to do this. It's, let's say, awkward. So I'm going to mix it up, okay? And I'm going to add a couple more green lines in here too, just to emphasize. But it is awkward. It might be hard to figure this out. I mean, you can't, in other words, you can't actually avoid dealing with it because it's so powerful. The influence is so powerful, you can't avoid it. But it might be very hard to figure it out and understand what are you going to do, because this is you, Gemini's, deeply merged with a significant other, okay? And so what is the nature of that merger? How healthy is the relationship? You know, that kind of energy. That's what we're talking about. So you're going to be exposed to everything that's good and where you can improve, but you're also going to be exposed to everything that's not working. And then what are you going to do about it? I'm going to do another multicolored view over here. I'm going to put a red alert over here. But I'm also going to add a green highlight because you can learn so much from the full moon and the Sagittarius energy. You might not learn it in a way that's comfortable, but it's ultimately, you know, the planets are always working for you, even when it feels like they aren't, okay? All right, I'm going to put this over here, and Gemini is the star of this Astrodoodle. There you go, the twins. I think they're called Castor and Pollux in Egyptian or Greek times or something like that, but I really don't know, so don't quote me. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave that one. I'm just going to leave that one. I'm going to leave that one. So that's it. I'm just going to leave it super simple and stripped down. This is like the need to know stuff. Everything else, if you want to, we can get into it, booking readings and all of that kind of stuff. But for right now, this is the need to know stuff, okay? Hey, Getty, maybe we sent everybody to sleep. I saw your notes. I see your notes. Actually, I'm going to mark this because it's kind of awkward. Okay? And the Virgo energy is kind of awkward when you have the moon transiting Virgo, for example. I'll just put that there. This is exciting. I would say this is exciting, stimulating. This is too. There's a lot of energy here, basically like gulp energy, like I really have to get my act together type of energy when it comes to relationships and taking your health much more seriously. Okay, Geminis? That is it. And that concludes the Astrodoodles for December. I'll check in. Hold on, Getty. I see your notes there. Give me a second. I'm going to type into the screen to see if it does anything. Sometimes the chat freezes. Okay. So there you go, Getty. Lumination is still here. All right? So now you know. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the I Surrender song, but just the musical soundtrack because of some homework that I'm doing. Yes, Lumination is famous for sending people to sleep. Yep. It's part of the healing power of love. Here we go, okay? Oh, Chantal, go to bed! God. Okay, it's obviously not working. So, I'm going to play I Surrender, but this time, this is the epic soundtrack version that we're doing for the recording that will hopefully come out as a proper song next year. Oops, sorry. I pressed the wrong button. I have to press this one now. I need the WAV file over here. There we go. That's what I need. Yes. So, there we go. Yep. Okay. So, I think we've got most of the work done, getting prepped up, ready for December. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we did it. We got all the main signs. Some people think there's 13 signs. If we had a lunar calendar, yes, we would have 13 signs. Okay? So we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes, people, and Chantal can go to bed officially, because there won't be a channel here to watch. Thank you very much. Cheers. It's been lovely. So you'll see all this stuff later on. Okay? Eventually we'll get to this. I'm just going to do each one. It's going to get their little moment of glory on the screen, okay? This one is for Gemini. Yay. I'm so proud. This one is for Cancer. I got pretty carried away on that one. And this one goes over here for Leo, okay? Actually, why did I put so much orange? It's actually beneficial. There are benefits here for jeepers, man. Let's put a bit of green in there. It's not fair to make it so tough on the Leos. So we'll have orange and green. It is tough because it's in a kind of a tough house to deal with that energy. It's very much about health, okay? Okay, Chantal, the Tarot Lumination censorship filters just blocked your last note, okay? With the F-U-C-K-I-N word in there and the C-A-N-C-E word in there. So that's the Leo, okay? I'm proud of these, as you can tell. These are like my little babies. These are my babies. Good night, Starzy. And this is the Scorpio one. You can see lots of green down here for Scorpio. It's really nutritious. Over here for Taurus, again, this is really nutritious. Okay, lucky Taurus. And then we've got Aries. It's pretty challenging. Let's just say, actually, no, I need to emphasize that a bit more. It's still, somehow or other, there's going to be some goodness out of it, but it's just challenging, okay? Because it's in the hard angles with, on the 10th house, okay? Thank you for understanding. Aries, thank you, Chantal. Aquarius, it's on the health axis, okay? So it's really probably pretty difficult for Aquarius to deal with this, okay? That's my guess. A Capricorn, of course, there's nowhere to hide, Capricorn. You are like under the spotlights. My gosh, seriously under the spotlights. Pisces over here, you're one of the lucky ones. This is really sweet for you. Even though traditionally the Gemini Sagittarius axis is actually quite challenging, this stuff trumps it all, okay? Over here for Libras, it's pretty challenging for Libra, I have to tell you. For Libras, a lot of really deep, profound changes in the foundations of your life, the home, the homestead, the family. Irreversible. Some of it's very beautiful, miraculous, but some of it might be very, very hard to handle, very hard to deal with. But it's all part of the process of growth and evolution. Sagittarius, okay, this is kind of interesting, I would say, because it's going to be really shaking up your world in terms of your belief systems, your money, where your money comes in, where it goes, your talents and gifts. What are you doing with your talents and gifts, Sag? Okay, and then over here in Virgo. Virgo, you're probably the luckiest one of all. That's my guess. Okay? Anyway, Liv, here we go. Okay, I'm going to tuck these away until we do the monthly reports for December. Thank you very much, everybody. Now I'm just going to hang out for a little while until everybody is safely tucked into bed and all gone to sleep, and we all have a super evening. Oh, by the way, now I'm thinking about it, I should probably tell you guys, there's a few of you left. Let me just check in with you personally. We're going to do another show tomorrow night, Saturday night Pacific time, in the evening, probably late night. Because Tarot Illumination has to deal with a very important family matter on Sunday. And we won't be able to do the Sunday Night Live. This is one of the very, very rare occasions where we are not going to be able to do the Sunday Night Live. Okay? So instead, I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to totally wing it. I'm going to do a Saturday night thing. It's going to be all about the Super Chats, personal readings for Super Chats. Just throw the money in the pot and people will get full-on mini readings, okay? Okay? Yes, I'll play one more song. Okay? I'm going to play Waiting. It's very light and sweet and dreamy. Okay, this is to send everybody to sleep. Okay? Here we go. It sounds like this. And because I'm playing this because you asked.
I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Do 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 do. Walking in circles, feeding all the birds, climbing up a mountain, looking around. Yeah, yeah, smelling all the flowers, staring at the moon. I listen to the waves come crashing down, down. Whoa, whoa, I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Smelling all the flowers, staring at the moon. Listen to the waves come crashing down, down. Walking in circles, feeding all the birds, climbing up a mountain, looking around. Yeah, 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 I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. I'm waiting on the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 ba-do, ba-do, do, do, do. Do, 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 ba-do, do. Do, 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 do. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today.